Thank you so much, everyone, Dr. O'Shea, Rabbi Glickman, Susan Marks, and Marianne, and whoever sang my praises. Here I am, an old woman, an old teacher, and an old survivor. I want to thank you all for being so very, very generous to me, and to remember me for not who I am, but what I did. And I am very proud of all my deeds. I am all very proud of being able to be remembered as a good teacher, as an inspiring teacher, as a teacher who had some guts to teach about morality, integrity, where there was none to be bought for no money in the world. So I thank you very, very, very much. And I did enjoy teaching your students, Susan, and Dr. Harvey's students. I really enjoyed every moment of my lecturing here. And of course, I am most proud of this place, which now is going to turn in the direction that is most needed, and that is protecting human rights all over the world, not just in the darker places, but also in the enlightened places like the United States of America. We need more cognizance, we need much more integrity, we need to learn, we need to teach, we need not to forget. So, let me just read to you my written remarks, which is really the first time in my career that I'm not speaking extemporaneously, because after all, my memory doesn't serve me as well as it used to 20, 30, 40 years ago. I want to thank you especially, the two presidents of New College, Dr. Michelson and Dr. O'Shea, because without their leadership, this would not have happened. Let me explain to you how it happened. It was a little over a decade ago, specifically in December of 2016, that I was surprised.
2011. It's okay. Mom, you got it?
That I was surprised by a letter from then Dean of the Jane Bancroft Cook Library, Joan Pelland, and I quote Joan. She says, and I quote, "Through the generosity of your friends, survivors," and I'm very uncomfortable reading it. I wish I could remember every word. Since I'm quoting her, I'm reading. I am pleased to inform you that a Holocaust library is being established in your honor at New College, Florida.
It's okay.
Through the generosity of your friends, survivors, and admirers in the Sarasota Manatee community. There is no greater gift, really, for anyone, much less the centenarian. Yes, centenarian, meaning I passed year 100. I am now 1 year over 100. So I deserve the title of centenarian, and I need some respect. And I get it. There is no greater award gift for anyone, much less the centenarian, than to be honored, as I have been here at New College, and also to have been given the opportunity a few years later to deliver the commencement address to the 2011 graduates of New College. And that was a very big high for me, because as I started my commencement speech, I said, I am not a usual kind of a keynote speaker. I never, ever expected to have been there, ever to have been, did I dream that I would be living in the United States of America. Never did I even dare to fantasize that I would have been able to reach the status of having a PhD and being a professor of English, mind you. And I came here in 46 without knowing any English whatsoever. And this is something that when I was standing there and speaking to the students, I said to myself, you know that song, If My Parents Would Only See Me Now? And I thought to myself, this is the second time in my life that I thought of it, if my parents could only see me now. The first time I thought of it is when I visited the White House, and somebody announced Dr. Helen Fagin and her husband, Sidney Fagin. I have really not forgotten those moments. So in addition to extending my deepest gratitude on behalf of myself, my family, and my late husband, Sidney, I want to reciprocate in the best way I know how, by sharing a portion of a testimony I wrote that I called Our Legacy, in which I gave meaning to my survival and my life's commitment to making this a better world through education and morality. And here I quote myself. We, the surviving victims of the Holocaust, bequeath to you our legacy, born of suffering, pain, dehumanization, and the loss of our loved ones, in hopes that from this depth of darkness, a new light will emerge in your world. We pass to you a symbolic torch that carries the flame of responsibility for life and human dignity for all men and women and children of this world. It is my legacy and a fitting fulfillment, giving meaning to my survival. And so now, with the rededication of this collection by New College, giving it a broader emphasis on human rights, with renewed commitment to embrace the tenets and to share this learning with a greater community and beyond, and with you, my friends, family, colleagues, and these dear students as witnesses, I challenge you to take up my symbolic torch and thus help make this world a truly, truly better place in which to live. And finally, And finally, I wish to share with you my life's motto. It comes from my favorite American poet, Walt Whitman, and his epic poem, Song of Myself. And I quote, "The pleasures of heaven are with me, and the pains of hell are with me. The first I graft and increase upon myself. The latter I translate into a new tongue." I do thank you so very much for your presence, for your support, and for just being part of my trip, my journey. I have two journeys, my American journey and my European journey, and both ask for the same kind of commitment and fulfillment of our hopes for the future. I thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.